Boss, I've been meaning to tell you something. Our old friend Zero hasn't been seen in public since you left the States. That was over 10 years ago now. You suspected he was responsible for the accident at your base in the Caribbean. But at that point, Zero was already bedridden. So it never felt right to me that Zero gave the order. Now that I've seen the man Emmerich was working for, I'm sure he didn't. I know that man. He was our old friend's XO. A man without a face. Not one you want to look at anyway. Skullface. He's the one who destroyed your base 9 years ago. The unit he commands, XOF, was Cypher's strike force. But he's since split from Zero and used XOF to usurp control over Cypher itself. In other words, the Cypher we're hunting isn't Zero. Beyond Zero is a void that's even darker. Skullface.
Commencing platform construction. Please specify a project. Please select a mission. Unit dispatched. Please select a mission. Mission accepted. Mission not accepted. Mission accepted. Heading to Afghanistan. Heading to Afghanistan.
This mission has 2 objectives. Eliminate the Colonel scheduled to take up a post at Smasi Fort and stop the deployment of his tank unit. Your first move should be to head to Sakai village and search for the Colonel and his deployment plans. John there is outside the mission area.
Caution, you are about to leave the mission area. Caution, you are about to leave the mission area. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Extraction arrived at Mother Base. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Extraction arrived at Mother Base. Enemy presence detected. You have arrived at your destination. Analysis complete. Please select dispatch requested. Buddy departing area of operations. Buddy has arrived. The map has been updated. The map has been updated.
Talk. Where are your friends?
The map has been updated.
Where are your friends?
The map
The
has
Soviet
been
tank.
updated.
If you could steal that, nothing could stop you. But make a wrong move, and it'll chew you up. He's coming too. Roger that.
Caution, sandstorm approaching. Extraction arrived at Mother Base. Development project has been added.
Всем боевым группам! Это кафе! Враг атакует! Всем единицам приготовиться к бою! Зона 1, это кафе! Открыть подавляющий минометный огонь по цели! Прием! Это зона 1! Вас понял! Подготовка к минометному огню! Конец связи!
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Прием! Это КП, понял. Будьте начеку и найдите противника. Конец связи.
Weather will clear shortly. You have arrived at your destination. You have arrived at your destination. You have arrived at your destination.
КП, это Зоя 6. Враг ушел. Начинаю поиск. Прием! Это КП, понял. Они не могли уйти далеко. Будьте бдительны. Конец связи. Штаб, это КП. По нам велся огонь. Открыли огонь в ответ, но потеряли врага. Враг может все еще прятаться поблизости. Соблюдайте осторожность. Прием! Прием. Всем базам, это штаб. Всем базам, усилить безопасность и готовиться к возможному контакту с врагом. Конец связи.
Sun will set shortly. Intel file obtained. Mission info has been updated. The map has been updated.
Boss, that document you just got is the deployment plans for the Smasi Fort reinforcements. According to the plans, the colonel is supposed to join up with the tank unit of Waksin Barracks and then proceed to Smasi Fort. Those tanks being on the move doesn't make things easy. Hurry, boss.
Presence detected.
I sent the tank unit's route to your iDroid.
Buddy departing. Please select a drop point. Dispatch requested. Buddy has arrived. Marker placed.
Yeah. 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 Whoa, whoa. Yeah. Yeah. Whoa, whoa.
Supplies requested.
Yeah. Yeah.
Supply drop complete.
Yeah.
I've sent the tank unit's route to your iDroid.
Yeah. Whoa, whoa.
Supplies requested. Supply drop complete.
Snake, talk to me! Snake!
I've sent the tank unit's route to your iDroid.
Yeah. Yeah. Whoa, whoa.
Marker
Yeah.
placed.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. You have arrived at your destination. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Good work. Nice work. Just one tank left.
Stay back! Stay back! Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah! Yeah! Whoa, whoa!
Supply
Yeah.
requested.
Yeah!
Supply drop complete.
Yeah! 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 Yeah!
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Flawless work. You never cease to amaze, boss.
Support helicopter
Good.
requested.
You completed the objective. Now get out of there. Exfiltrate out of the hot zone by chopper or on land.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Yeah! 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 Yeah!
Штаб! Штаб! Обнаружен неспособный вражеский боец! Атакуем! Прием! Прием! Всем базам, это штаб! Всем базам, усилить безопасность и готовиться к возможному контакту с врагом! Конец связи!
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ. This is B-Quad. On station at LZ. Gaining altitude.
Extraction arrived at enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Mission complete. The NGO that asked us to rescue wild animals isn't ready to take them in yet. So we had no choice but to build an animal conservation platform. The NGO said they'll cover all expenses, including the day-to-day housing and feeding costs. If you're interested, take a chopper over and have a look.
Side ops list
A
updated.
bionic arm developer has submitted a proposal for a new feature. An active sonar that can detect the positions of soldiers, prisoners, and animals. To start development, give the order from your iDroid.
Please specify a project. Development project has been added. Please select a mission. Unit dispatched. Unit dispatched. Please select a mission. Please select a mission. Deploying.
Target is Angola's Mfinda oil field, upstream from the landing point. A spill has covered the whole area and crude. A pipeline that crosses the Muneni River failed, and now the shore's a mess. Not to mention the villages downstream have no drinking water. The oil runs to the pipeline from that facility. Taking it out should end the leak. The client this time is an environmental NGO. Destroy the facility. Stop that leak. This may seem like straight-up philanthropy, but there's another reason we agreed to it. The Mfinda oil field was outdated, abandoned. Then the rebel group United moved in, taking it upon themselves to kickstart operations. United's been rapidly modernizing its arsenal. Rumor has it someone's been selling them U.S. military hardware. Intel's analysis suggests the broker's a front company, Cyphers. Keeping tabs on United can tell us who's pulling its strings. First, make your way to the oil facility. It's to the north, past Wala Yamasa. The village is currently occupied by Unida, so stay sharp.
Please select a drop point. Dispatch requested. Buddy departing area of operations.
DD makes a pretty good partner, huh, boss?
Too early to say.
Yeah? Just seeing him come back makes me real proud.
What breed is he? He's not a husky.
You're right. Siberian Husky is a cross between a Spitz-type dog and a wolf. I think DD might have some wolf blood in him, too.
Buddy
He isn't just smart. He's also shown remarkable judgment. If he doesn't do what you want him to, he's just doing what he thinks is right in the situation. And he's steady under fire. Remember, he's no lapdog, but learn his strengths, and you'll understand each other soon enough. You'll make one hell of a team.
Ocelot, why don't you take it upon yourself?
The war industry we started has taken a pretty crooked course these past 9 years. With no other options, soldiers have become dogs of war, sent to conflict zones as private forces, or PFs. Guys we fought alongside are dying all around the globe for no reason, no banner. But it's how they survive. The demand for PFs here in Africa is especially high. Cold War standoffs, resource exploitation, tribal clashes. What's big business for developed countries has only brought conflict here. That mess you're standing in is just the latest example.
Partner, huh, boss?
Too early to say.
Yeah? Just look right. I knew at first glance he'd make the right partner for you.
Huh.
And I figured it was about time he got... I haven't...
When's the last time you heard a wildcat? Yeah. When's the last time you heard a wild... Yeah.
Why?
Self to train him. Why don't you take it...
Remember, if you want him to, he's just doing what he thinks is right in the situation. And he's steady under fire. Remember, he's no lapdog. But learn his strengths, and you'll understand each other soon enough. You'll make one hell of a team.
Ocelot, why don't you take it upon yourself to train him?
Enemy presence
Why?
detected.
Yeah.
Has been updated.
When's the last time you heard a wildcat raising a dog?
I have an eye for him. I knew at first glance he'd make the right partner for you.
Huh.
And I figured it was about time he got out into the world.
Enemy
So you
presence
passed him off on
detected.
me.
The map has
There
been
you see.
updated.
I knew you liked him.
I don't know about that yet. I still think he's trying to figure me out, too.
I'll spend some more time with him. You'll see how helpful he can be.
What about you?
I prefer to work alone.
Ocelots don't hunt in packs.
Yeah, something like that. Anyway, I'm glad you like him. DD's really taking to you, too. And to going on your walks. Don't be shy about taking him with you in the future.
I'll think about it.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Analysis complete.
Though they're members of UNITA, those locals have been hired by CFA, the South African PF, and they're communicating through Afrikaans, an official language of the country. We'll need someone with the Afrikaans interpreter skill to understand what they're saying. You've arrived at Massa Village. It's been turned into a supply hub for UNITA, meaning it'll be stocked with weapons and resources. Should be a thing or two that'll come in handy. Don't be shy. They deserve to be in better hands.
The map has been updated.
Talk. I don't know.
Where are your friends?
English.
The PF soldiers are speaking Afrikaans, an official language of the Republic of South Africa. Boss, we're gonna need someone with the Afrikaans interpreter skill to understand what they're saying. We'll look into it here, but for now, you'll just have to make do without one. You gonna extract him?
Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
Child soldiers. Children there are abducted and trained to be soldiers.
Analysis
They're only taught to
complete.
fight. And one day they grow up and teach the next generation the same way. With a gun in his hands, a kid is as dangerous as any adult. Only they don't know a thing about right and wrong. Boss, do not hurt any child soldiers. If you do, the mission is over.
Sun will set shortly. Caution, rain approaching. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Rain. Sound of rainfall should help to mask your footsteps.
Huh?
Where are your friends?
Afrikaans is the lingua franca for mercs in that area. If you're going to get any information from interrogations, you'll need an interpreter. Subject on board. Leave the rest to us. You've made it past the village. Continue heading for the oil facility. It's located upriver.
At another base. Enemy presence detected. The map has been
The
updated.
Data oil field is the property of Saner, South African Natural Resources. Saner drills oil wells wherever they can throughout that region. When the oil dries up, they abandon the facility. And it's only a matter of time before the aging equipment starts leaking crude. That means United's takeover is the perfect cover for Saner. Now they can blame the spill on a bunch of oil thieves. However you look at it, Saner's far from squeaky clean. That used to be a settlement. Now it's burned to the ground.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
There it is. The oil facility. To stop the leak, you need to shut down the oil transfer pump and destroy the oily water separator tank. The details are on your iDroid. That's one of the targets. The oily water separator tank. Destroy it. Just remember, the tank is... That's the oily water separator tank. One of the targets. Take it out.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Analysis complete.
A wastewater treatment plant. All that cover should make it easy to move undetected. That's one of the targets. The oil transfer pump. Shut it down.
Where are your friends?
Ek praat nie Engels nie.
Spit it
Laat my
out.
gaan.
Extraction failed.
Stop him!
Clouds approaching.
Okay.
Jy gehoor van die blou en die huursoldaat hier opereer. Dit hoort nie aan die organisasie.
Sy net een van die plaaslike bevolking.
Nee. Dit was die grenssekure so ingegaan. Paar ouens het hier op gestand. Skoot.
Vir die fight uit. As hy hier soldaat is, moet daar 'n rede wees.
Dit is iets persoonliks. Of miskien behoort hy tog aan 'n organisasie.
Not good. Don't let your buddy die, Steak. I'm pulling them out of there.
Spit it out. Where are the others?
Buddy departing area of operations.
Where are your friends?
Hey! Sei alright?
You gotta extract him. Destroy that separator tank. You'll need to use explosives. Got any C4? Alright, you planted the C4. Don't set it off until you're at a safe distance. Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Analysis complete. Analysis complete. at
Now
mother
you need to
base.
stop the oil transfer pump.
You have arrived at your destination.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Zeer de zullen passeer de mannen helemaal gepunt. Hij is uitgehaald. Goed. Dat is zeer begrijp. Alleen heren, houd wacht. Ik punt enige indrukken. Uit.
That's one of the targets. The oil transfer pump. Shut it down. There's the transfer pump control room. The emergency stop button is probably inside. Bodies. Why? Oil transfer pump shut-off confirmed. Objectives complete. But the enemy has tightened security. Get out of there ASAP.
Zeer de zullen 4. Restauratie is beschadigd. Moeilijke vijandige sabotatie. Goed. Dat is zeer begrijp. Onderzoek onmiddellijk en geen terugvoeren. Uit.
Please select a drop point. Dispatch requested. Buddy departing area of operations. Analysis complete. Buddy has arrived. Support helicopter
Roger.
requested.
Yeah. Yeah. Whoa, whoa. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Get yourself out of the hot zone. By chopper or by land. It's your choice.
Whoa, whoa.
This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ. This is B-Quad. On station at LZ. Gaining altitude.
Buddy departing area of operations.
Departing.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base. Development project has been added.
Mission complete. Boss, we took another look into Saner, the owner of the oil field. They were behind what happened. They hired the PF, not United. They restarted the facility all the while pretending they were the victims. One other thing. Saner's Johannesburg head office is just a room in a multi-tenant building. Company's essentially non-existent. 3 years ago, that investment fund stepped in and started gutting it through a series of mergers and sell-offs. And get this, the fund itself no longer exists either. It's a shell corporation, meaning someone is just using Saner's name from the shadows. But what about those strange corpses? Just what the hell were they doing over there? Hey! Snake! I've customized a walker gear just for you. It features a silent running system, great for infiltration missions, and you can also summon it to your location. I've taken the liberty of calling it the D-Walker. It's armed with a suppressed tranquilizer gun. If you want to add other weaponry or upgrade the chassis, give the order from your iDroid.
Side ops list updated.
Boss, I've updated the mission list. We received a new job offer. It doesn't seem connected to Cypher or Skullface at all. But if it goes well, we may get an Afrikaans interpreter. The details are on your iDroid.
Please select a mission. Unit dispatched. Unit dispatched. Please select a mission. Please select a mission. Please select a mission. Mission accepted. Mission not accepted. Mission accepted. Deploying.
Several high-level British CFA officials are being held by their Afrikaner colleagues. One of these prisoners is the rescue target, a guy known as the Viscount. The target's location is unknown, but they're bound to have an interpreter present when they interrogate him. We've used info from the intel unit to predict the interpreter's location. It's on your iDroid. Follow the interpreter and extract the target when you find him.
You know the hardest man to break. The type who's fooling himself. That takes time. It's easier to live a convenient lie than a painful truth. Is that the piece you've chosen, Doc?
I'm not lying.
Of course. Just let me check one or two things. On that day, you were in the control tower with him. Lucky you. That's how you got out unscathed. And you escaped on one of their choppers. Only you, right before the base went under.
They had me blindfolded the whole
They're working for one of the bigger PFs, the Contract Forces of Africa, CFA for short. These guys are all business. Mercenary work is strictly about the money to them. Either way, they're no threat to us.
They had me blindfolded.
And you escaped on one of their choppers. Oh, that's how you got out unscathed. And you escaped on... That's how... Lucky you. That's how you got out unscathed. And you escaped on one of their choppers. Only you, right before the base went under.
Complete.
They had me blindfolded the whole time. I've never been so scared. The whole flight, I thought they'd kill me. But thinking of you kept me going. My comrades, all the way.
And?
There was a plane journey, then we traveled by road.
Please select
When they finally took off the blindfold, I was in kind of a warehouse, on the floor. Afghanistan, it was that research lab. I couldn't believe they'd taken me halfway around the world.
Body
And soon enough,
The CFA are all business. Hard to believe they're interrogating their own. Situation must be worse than we thought. Make a wrong move, and they could kill the target without warning.
he told me to build a bipedal walking tank. There was a plane journey, then we traveled by road. When they finally took off the blindfold, I was in kind of a warehouse, on the floor. Afghanistan, it was that research lab. I couldn't believe they'd taken me halfway around the world. And soon enough, he came.
Skullface.
He's the one who's really behind that
Afrikaans is the lingua franca for mercs in that area.
research.
If you're going to get any information from interrogations, you'll need an interpreter. But don't extract the interpreter just yet. If he doesn't turn up, they won't be able to do the interrogation. If they then decide the target's no longer any use to them, they won't hesitate to kill him. If you're going to use a weapon, be careful not to draw the enemy's attention.
Extraction prisoner has
Boss,
died.
one of the prisoners has been killed. We don't know if it was the target or not. Hurry up and ID the target.
Analysis complete.
Several high-level British CFA officials are being held by their Afrikaner colleagues. One of these prisoners is the rescue target, a guy known as the Viscount. The target's location is unknown, but they're bound to have an interpreter present when they interrogate him. We used info from the intel unit to predict the interpreter's location. It's on your iDroid. Follow the interpreter and extract the target when you find him.
Buddy departing area of operations.
That's not the target. Orders are only the Viscount gets rescued. Can't understand why he'd receive special treatment,
Has arrived.
but I don't imagine it'll be a problem to save the other prisoners too. You found the interpreter. Now follow him to the target.
Analysis complete. The map has been updated.
The CFA are all business. Hard to believe they're interrogating their own. Situation must be worse than we thought. Make a wrong move, and they could kill the target without warning. Afrikaans is the lingua franca for mercs in that area. If you're going to get any information from interrogations, you'll need an interpreter. But don't extract the interpreter just yet. If he doesn't turn up, they won't be able to do the interrogation. If they then decide the target's no longer any use to them, they won't hesitate to kill him. Be careful not to draw the enemy's attention.
Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
Maar het verschillen met ons draaien! Maar het was jou dat betrayed us.
Wo ist der Discount?
Genoeg! Als je niks weet doen, is er zeker klaar. Stay okay.
What are you doing? If the interpreter doesn't show up, they won't be able to interrogate anyone. So, our rescue target was behind some kind of plot. Afrikaans is the lingua franca for mercs in that area. If you're going to get any information from interrogations, you'll need an interpreter. Boss, I did some digging, and it seems the target himself gave us this mission through a representative. Obviously, he couldn't contact us directly due to his predicament, but still, something about this Viscount doesn't add up.
Weather will clear shortly.
The interrogator mentioned oil field rights belonging to the MPLA. The CFA were supposed to be working with the MPLA's opposition, UNITA. The target's location is unknown, but they're bound to have an interpreter present when they interrogate him. If you run into trouble, give us a call. We may be able to offer some advice. Don't forget to check indoors. There may be clues regarding the target's whereabouts.
Map has been updated.
Ons is onder een aanval. Alle eenheden op gereedheid. Uit.
Weather will clear shortly.
Prisoner you extracted wasn't the target, but we did get some information.
Good place.
Seems the prisoners aren't held together, and the cells and interrogation rooms are separate places.
CP, dit is Delta 1. Delta 1, wat goed? Kom in, Delta 1. Wat is de situatie? Alle eenheden, staan bij.
Prisoner has died.
Boss, one of the prisoners has been killed. But we don't know if it was a target or not. Hurry up and ID the target.
You have arrived at your destination.
CP, dit is Delta 6. Ons het reeds die gebied besmet. Ons kon iemand vind nie. Oor. Dit is CP, begryp. Wees paraat. Uit.
That prisoner wasn't the target either. We got some more information, though. They're going to interrogate the target at night.
You have arrived at your destination. The map has been updated.
CP, 'n kartonloos beweeg. Versoek instruksie. Dis CP. Stop jou rondfokkery. Oor. Dis nie 'n grap nie.
This is a list of prisoner detainment locations.
The map has been updated. Marker placed. Marker placed.
Ik zie jullie hier karton, doe eens het beweeg. Dat zie je. Stop je strand, oor. Je moet mij gloeien. Ik denk dat ze een indringer wat weggekrijgt van die box. Copy dat. Toestemming verlenen op vuur op de box terug. Delta 2, akkoord.
Hold them off!
Zie dat het is Delta 2. Scooter afgevuurd op die box, maar dat was net de box. Misschien zin ik dingen. Safety heeft copy. Scheduleren Caesar evalueren. Uit. Alles gespannen, dat zit hier. Alle hierheen.
Boss, with that panic going on, they could decide to kill the target. Hurry.
Buddy, departing area of operation. Please select a dispatch requested. Analysis complete. You have arrived. Buddy has arrived.
If you're going to use a weapon, be careful not to draw the enemy's attention. That looks like the target.
Has been updated. Mission info has been updated. The map has been updated.
Target extraction confirmed. Get yourself out of the hot zone. By chopper or by land. It's your choice. You can sure use that interpreter too. Think you can extract him?
Mission info has been updated. The map has been updated.
HK, dat zit hier. Wat weet ik veel uitgetrekt, maar contact verloren naar kruisvuur. Vijand kan nog geen snelweg wegkrijgen. Adverseer vaak snelweg. Hoor.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Development project has been added.
The role of the support chopper is to extract you and your targets from the area of operations. It'll respond to situations with... Flare grenades to indicate the objective directly.
Alles geht verletzt, das ist hier. Anfangsposition. Anfangsposition.
Exfiltrated.
Can't let them follow you. Throw off the enemies on your tail first. All right, the coast is clear. Mission complete.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Mission complete. Boss, one of the other British prisoners filled us in about the Viscount. It turns out he's a real two-faced son of a bitch. He was planning to secure the MPLA's oil field rights for himself in exchange for swapping the CFA's alliance from the anti-government United rebels to the state-backed MPLA. He hid this from the Afrikaners, but once he thought the jig was up, he tried to pin it on the other British personnel and take off. The Afrikaners captured him, and that was when he asked us to rescue him, and only him. I'll throw him in the brig for now, but we may have to be extra persuasive with this one. By the way, boss, we got some interesting news out of our friend the Viscount. He mentioned that more than a few PFs in the region have purchased walker gears. The CFA's the same. That's Soviet Army technology, and it's still a prototype. Only Cypher could be leaking it to the PFs. But the question is, why?
Side ops
Boss,
left.
one of the latest missions to come in is connected to the walker gears. This could be our chance to close in on Cypher. Take a look at your mission list.
Please select a mission. Unit dispatched. Unit dispatched. Commencing platform construction. Support helicopter
Roger.
requested.
You know the hardest man to break. The type.
Afghanistan. It was that research lab. I couldn't believe they'd taken me halfway around the world. And soon enough, he came.
Skullface.
He's the one who's really behind that Mother Base attack. He forced me into that research.
What kind of research?
He told me to build a bipedal walking tank for the Soviet Union. Like Peace Walker. A system that could fire an ICBM-class nuclear weapon. That's how the Sahelanthropus project got started.
This is Pequod.
Sahelanthropus.
Shortly at LZ.
Those AI weapons I'd made in Costa Rica were like toys by comparison. A whole world apart from reptilian four-legged crawling and that ridiculous hunched-over bipedal waddling. My design evolved to the dawn of mankind. Sahelanthropus, the first steps towards humanity. An upright, bipedal weapon system. Originally, Sahelanthropus was going to be a manned weapons platform. I designed a cockpit in its head, and I planned to fill it with water as a buffering agent.
Like how Paz modified Zeke for human control.
Don't compare me to some amateur. I designed it for human control from the beginning. The problem was miniaturizing the posture control AI.
Boss, I need to talk to you about this. Quiet. Can you meet me at her cell here on the base? Whenever's fine. Thanks.
Please select a landing zone. Heading to Mother Base.
She, refuses to wear clothes. The last staff member who tried to dress her, breathing through tubes. Other than that, she's completely cooperative. She understands English. She never speaks, sweats, or breathes.
What?
Well, not with lungs, at least. She breathes through her skin. Clothing would suffocate her. Showers are okay. She can't be submerged.
What's wrong with her?
She's drinking through her skin.
She's okay?
She's okay. She just can't move when she's taking in water. Look. See that? She hasn't eaten a thing since she got here.
She doesn't eat either?
Never. It's photosynthesis.
Photosynthesis. That's the verdict from the medical staff?
No, the jury's still out. It's the only explanation for what we've seen. The GRU had a man with that ability in its Cobra unit. We don't think she's contagious. Some of the staff can't stomach her. It's starting to affect morale.
Can't you send her on a mission?
By herself? No. But as you know, she does have skill. Why not take her out on one of your missions? She seems to like you. Of course, only if you think she'll be useful. Next time you go out, you keep her in mind.
Side op completed.
That won't work on me. I've had drug resistance
Grady. Lolly-loo-lay-lo. Lolly-loo-lay-lo. 鴨西への装置。昨日の出橋。That won't work on me. I've had drug resistance.
Hard to believe how many of those bipedal weapons have popped up around Africa.
When did that start?
No more than 6 months ago. Didn't really hit me until I came here.
They're not supposed to be in use yet. Emmerich says they were still doing the last round of fine-tuning.
The doctor has no idea. His research has already hit the black market. Both sides of the Iron Curtain will...
Emmerich says they were still... They're not supposed to be...
No more than 6...
When did that start?
No more than 6 months ago. Didn't really hit me until I came here.
They're not supposed to be in use yet. Emmerich says they were still doing the last round of fine-tuning.
The doctor has no idea. His research has already hit the black market. Both sides of the Iron Curtain will have it by now. Even so, they're spreading much too fast. Sure, the Walker gears can operate in any terrain. Their mobility's just as good in the jungle as it is in the desert. That would come in handy in a place like Africa. They are modules that can one day be used as nuclear weapon systems. And with that in mind, the numbers are way too large. There must be another reason they're so widespread.
Like what?
It's all about needs. To small-time outfits like most of these private forces, this product is a dream come true. Hell, it goes beyond PFs. This is the ultimate weapon, the forbidden fruit, for anyone with an enemy to fight and people to defend.
A nuclear deterrent.
Exactly. Sounds familiar, huh? PFs are all operating off your playbook. You created these times. But could this be the new weapon in Africa that Emmerich talked about? If it is, why is Cypher letting everyone and his brother get their hands on one? What comes next? Selling nuclear weapons in the open? Making them public property?
Why don't they give that a try? Then the next war really will be fought with sticks.
Right. The man we're dealing with isn't foolish enough to make a suicide pact with the world.
So, what is Cypher really up to?
But even science has its limits, right? And how do we know she's connected to them anyway?
You're asking the wrong guy.
Well, whoever she is, boy, does she creep me out.
I hear ya.
Originally, Sahelanthropus was going to be a manned weapons platform. I designed a cockpit in its head, and I planned to fill it with water as a buffering agent.
Like how Paz modified Zeke for human control.
Don't compare me to some amateur. I designed it for human control from the beginning. The problem was miniaturizing the posture control AI. You remember the reptile pod?
The AI that controlled your unmanned weapons.
Attaching it externally makes it vulnerable, so this time I wanted it beneath the armor. Meaning I had to make the AI smaller. I got it down to less than 1/10 the size without any loss in computation speed. But it was still too big for the cockpit. There wasn't enough room for the pilot. If I made the head bigger, its body would have to be bigger to support it. Too big to be practical. In the end, human piloting was taken off the table. I tested a remote control system too, but there was the time lag and I wasn't satisfied with its precision either. Plus, it would be useless if the enemy jammed it. So next, I went back to trying an AI-only system. To do that, I had the AI pods recovered from Nicaragua. This was a hybrid AI, a combination of Peace Walker's reptile and mammal pods. The only AIs that had ever successfully operated an unmanned nuclear weapon system.
Really? You'd need some help to get that working. Expert help.
Did you work with someone?
I worked alone.
You did that yourself.
That's the thing. The AI didn't pan out in the end either. But I did finally get Sahelanthropus walking by folding over its upper body to lower its center of gravity. The first upright bipedal locomotive weapon system in the history of mankind.
Specify a project.
I guess technically it falls into the anthropoid ape category.
I don't see the benefit of having it stand taller.
On terrain with significant differences in elevation like Afghanistan, you need a body that's vertically adaptable. That also lets it attack from long range while using mountain ridges for cover. So, making it walk upright was the most important factor in giving it superior height capability. As the name suggests, that was the whole point of Sahelanthropus.
Select a mission.
But I was being pushed for results. Having the AI mounted externally would have been the fastest way to get it working. I just needed more data so it could maintain its balance. But Skullface refused to wait. He dismissed the idea of AI control and took Sahelanthropus away from me before I could finish it.
Select a
But
mission.
it was walking when it came after you.
That's just it. I don't understand how Skullface got it to move upright, without a pilot or an AI. And walking at that speed, too. It's beyond anything I could have imagined. This is like the Wright brothers making it to the moon. I'm just as clueless as you are.
So this Sahelanthropus, where is it now?
I have no idea. All my experiments took place at that cave. I've never seen it anywhere else.
Project.
Besides, it's still just an incomplete prototype at this point, and nothing but a paper tiger. Even if it can walk, it's far from being a viable weapons platform. It wouldn't be useful in actual battle.
Emmerich will remain here at Mother Base for now, but not as a member of Diamond Dogs. I still don't trust him. That work for you?
Fine by me. He can't be allowed any contact with staff either.
Yeah. A lot of the guys would love some payback for 9 years ago. We still need him alive. But we have to restrict his movements. He can only go where we tell him. And of course, the interrogations will continue. He worked for that skull bastard for nearly a decade. He still has more to tell us.
How long are we gonna press him?
If our investigation shows he really had nothing to do with the attack, we'll reconsider his place here. But I don't expect that to happen. Remember that water tank-shaped object in Emmerich's lab in the Soviet base camp? The thing that started talking to you like a possessed answering machine? That was a pod built for housing the AI used to control unmanned weapons. You remember, back in '74 in Costa Rica. It was in those machines you fought there. They were designated Pupa, Chrysalis, Cocoon, and Basilisk, and each of them was fitted with an AI unit called a reptile pod. Emmerich created it. It mainly handled the machine's posture control and autonomous behavior. But the Basilisk, aka Peace Walker, also featured a second AI pod. That one was called the Mammal Pod, and it was created by Dr. Strangelove. She tried to recreate the boss's personality through the Mammal Pod, but you pulled out its memory boards. That's when it transferred its own functions to its reptile pod. Just like a human brain compensating for damage by using the remaining healthy parts. The result was a unique entity, a hybrid of the reptile and the mammal. It sank to the bottom of Lake Nicaragua with Peace Walker. But apparently they salvaged it and transported it to that lab. Don't let it deceive you, Snake. It may sound like the boss, but it has neither a personality nor a will. Like Emmerich says, it's just a machine.
Specify a project.
But from what Commander Miller says, there's more to it than that. This feud with an American covert intelligence agency called Cypher. The Peace Walker incident. The boss built a merc outfit that fought alongside the Sandinistas. An army without a country. 5 mercs, 4 mercs.
You called that thing Sahelanthropus. Where does the name come from?
Well, several years ago, an excavation team discovered a hominid skull in the Sahel region.
Central Africa. The Southern Sahara.
Cypher gave the specimen the name Sahelanthropus, Man of Sahel. And then they covered the whole thing up.
Why?
They probably wanted to monopolize information about human evolution to have a head start in their genetic research. At least, until they had an idea of what they'd found.
It was that big of a discovery, huh?
Sahelanthropus was a gracile hominid, estimated to have lived about 7 million years ago. What's significant about it is how its skull's foramen magnum faces down. In other words, its spinal column supported its head from underneath.
It stood upright.
Right, which would mean Sahelanthropus walked upright 3 million years before Australopithecus, making it the world's oldest human species.
Walking upright. I get it. Hence the name Sahelanthropus for your machine.
Walking upright was the decisive difference between our ancestors and other anthropoids. Our brains could get heavier once they were supported by the spinal column. That led to the use of tools and the development of complex communication through language. Only man is capable of this. My creation will be the progenitor of all bipedal weapon platforms.
And you did this for Cypher?
No, not at all. Sahelanthropus is the best proof that I never betrayed you guys.
What do you mean?
The reconstructed Sahelanthropus skull looked exactly like the skull we used as our logo 9 years ago in the Caribbean.
An army without a nation. Outside the world order.
The design was based on Pangea, the supercontinent that existed 250 million years ago, right?
Yeah. When the world was a single landmass. That concept's at the source of our strength.
I felt the same way about Sahelanthropus. Sure, I was forced to build it under their orders, but I always wanted to put its technology back in our hands someday. That's the reason I incorporated the old insignia into Sahelanthropus's name. Don't you see? That's how much I was thinking about you guys.
Oh, I see, all right. I see someone desperate to cover his ass. You can say whatever you want after the fact. But that skull also symbolizes somebody else. Skullface.
Snake, you finally came. Just don't record this, okay?
Not recording anything. What's this about?
What I'm about to say stays between you and me. It's about the weapon to surpass Metal Gear. You know a researcher by the name of Clark? He works in the biotech industry, real advanced stuff. His area is bioengineering, but lately he's also gotten into genetic research.
Never heard of him.
Well then, what do you know about cloning?
I think I've heard enough.
Hold on, this is important. Cloning lets you create a genetic copy of an organism. You take the nucleus of one of its cells, and you swap it with the nucleus of an unfertilized egg from another member of the same species. They started out working with plants, but since then they've had success with other organisms, including mammals. It's a hot area for a lot of places right now. Corporations, universities, research groups. There's no shortage of scientists out to get famous and patent their work, with morality taking a back seat.
Isn't that a little outside your field?
It's got nothing to do with my research. But I thought it might be of interest to you. Cloning, and Dr. Clark, I mean.
Go on.
Now, this is really highly classified stuff. But I've heard that an American biotech company has successfully cloned a human being. What's more, it happened over 10 years ago. And the researcher behind it was Dr. Clark. You've really never heard of him?
I don't meet many doctors.
This Dr. Clark is a complete ghost, even to others in his field. His age, where he comes from, that might not be his real name. And I can't even say for sure he's a he. Clark's employer, ATGC, its company motto is embracing your hopes, preserving talent.
What does this have to do with me?
Cypher. Dr. Clark works for ATGC, and they have connections to DARPA. Cypher couldn't function without the communications network DARPA's built. Meaning, Cypher has to be a part of the Pentagon. Or at least, the two are joined at the hip. DARPA is a driving force behind human cloning. It's a pretty high priority project for them. And this Dr. Clark, some say he's a pivotal player in Cypher. But that's not all. Every cell nucleus in an organism contains the genetic information for that organism. Think of it as a blueprint for life. Clark appears to be working on how to decode this information and rearrange it at will. If you could do that, it would mean being able to custom design human beings for specific purposes. Can you believe that? Suppose for a moment that this is all fact. A man of your talents, if your genetic information died with you, that would be a terrible loss for mankind. But what if mankind could preserve you for future generations by cloning you?
All right, enough. I get the idea.
Look, I know it's inductive reasoning, but this weapon to surpass Metal Gear they're developing in Africa, I believe it's something that uses this new technology. Speaking as a fellow scientist, it chills me to the bone.
That's rich coming from you.
If genes serve as our blueprint, then I wonder if they include an impulse that drives us to tweak the design. Can you imagine that? Genes, encoded with information that wants its children to decode it. Is life itself putting the direction of our next evolution in the hands of scientists? I guess it would take some real arrogance to believe that. And yet, it could be what Cypher's after.
I think you're barking up the wrong tree. But that was an interesting story. It'd make a good movie.
You have to believe me.
Where'd you hear all this anyway?
Where? I just overheard it in bits and pieces while I was forced to do that research for them.
Right.
Wait a minute. Look, I want to help you. I want to be of service here. I'm risking my life with this.
Is that so? Maybe it's time we brought someone else into the conversation.
No, not him. Not Ocelot. You can't do this.
Please select a mission. Please select a mission. Please specify a project. Please select a landing zone. Landing zone confirmed.
Roger.
This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ. This is B-Quad. On station at LZ. Gaining altitude.
Clouds approaching.
Looks like you've gotten used to working with Quiet. I don't see a problem with giving her some new weapons. I've already talked it over with the R&D team.
Plant expansion. Unit
Being a
function.
scout sniper, there are two tasks you can give Quiet. The first is to infiltrate an outpost ahead of you and scout out the enemy's positions. The second is to send her to a sniping position and have her cover your infiltration. The kind of sniper support she'll provide will depend on the weapon you give her. Of course, this is all assuming she's willing to follow orders.
Clouds approaching. Clouds approaching. Clouds approaching. Please select a mission. Staff assigned. Please specify a project. Commencing platform construction. Please specify a project. Please select a mission. Development complete. Please specify a project. Please specify a project. Please select a landing zone. Heading to Central Africa.
Quiet.
Marker placed.
The wormwood, also known as absinthium, that's used to make your Phantom cigars.
Development complete. Development complete. Development complete. Development complete. Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
We've heard there's an Afrikaans English interpreter operating somewhere in that area. If you extract him, he could be plenty useful for us. That's a Nubian goat. It's a dairy breed whose milk is ideal for cheese production.
Detected.
It's also butchered for meat, but
Updated.
don't get any ideas.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Analysis
That's the
complete.
target.
Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Extraction arrived at Mother Base. Development complete. The map has been updated. Development complete. Side-up completed.
Speak.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
The base. Unit function added. The map has been development project has been added.
You gonna extract him?
Development complete. Marker placed. Development complete. You have arrived at your destination. Please select a mission. Please select a mission. Mission accepted. The map has been updated. Extraction arrived at Mother Base. Please select a drop point. Buddy departing area of operations.
Ever since the attack on your unit 9 years ago, the name Big Boss has become known the world over.
What do you mean?
Those of your men who survived traveled far and wide. They fought throughout the world. In fact, they're part of the reason we have all these PFs now. Every one of them suffered their own phantom pain from losing you. Talking about you wherever they went helped to heal their wounds. Your actions and words, your legend, has been told on every battlefield they've set foot on. Obviously, as the tales have spread, the truth's been distorted, painted over. Big Boss sacrificed himself to show us the threat that Cypher poses. He sounded a warning, so it goes.
A warning?
Too much power destroys the hands that hold it. Apparently, you chose. To be a living example of that.
I never said any of that.
The moment any truth is passed on, it starts turning into fiction. The problem is, fiction inspires people more than facts. Too much power destroys.
A warning?
Too much. Big Boss sacrificed himself to show us the threat that Cypher poses. He sounded a warning, so it goes.
A warning?
Too much power.
A warning?
Big Boss sacrificed himself to show us the threat that Cypher poses. He sounded a warning, so it goes.
A warning?
Too much power destroys the hands that hold it. Apparently, you chose to be a living example of that.
I never said any of that.
The moment any truth is passed on, it starts turning into fiction. The problem is, fiction inspires people more than facts. To the world, you're now the legendary mercenary Big Boss. The lessons you've taught the PFs are the reason they're so widespread. They're the reason they've survived. And you know what they all aspire to? To one day go nuclear, just like you did. And stand up to Cypher.
Of all the stupid things you could do,
They'll never understand what you really wanted. Heroes are misunderstood. It takes a man of the same caliber to understand what drives them. Bottom line is, these guys want to be like their hero, Big Boss. And deep down, they all have their eyes on nuclear weapons. They say that a nuke is the only means of standing against Cypher. These days, it's becoming little more than a slogan to rally the troops and survive in a cutthroat business.
Currently, there are 3 major PFs who've expanded into Central Africa. CFA, Rogue Coyote, and Zero Risk Security. HEC's investigations have shown there's almost no overlap between their areas of operation. It's not so much a turf war, more like they have a gentleman's agreement. If you do cross paths with them, you probably won't have to face more than one at a time. Still, I'll expect a walk in the park. The CFA, Contract Forces of Africa. These guys are a major player. Their head office is in Pretoria, South Africa. That's also where the South African Defense Force is headquartered. We think the two are closely connected. An HEC investigation revealed that most of the CFA's operators are former SADF soldiers. South Africa has been locked in struggles with neighboring regimes for years. That means constant action. And we know better than anyone that's the best kind of training. A company drawing its recruits from hardened military vets. You can bet they know how to handle themselves. Do not underestimate them. Within the CFA is a company of soldiers made up mainly of locally hired operators. They speak Afrikaans to communicate with personnel from the CFA. But if you notice any speaking the local language, that's them. Though hired from the local population, they were originally part of a paramilitary group, so they'll have plenty of combat experience. And unlike their days shooting junkyard rifles out of beat-up pickup trucks, the CFA now supplies them with the latest gear from the West. On top of that, they've been combat trained by the South African Army. All that adds up to a much stronger fighting force. So don't brush them off. Look at the Angola-Zaire border.
This contract comes from the People's Movement for the Liberation of Angola, also known as the MPLA. The PF at Ditati Abandoned Village has been supplied with walker gears. Your job is to eliminate them all. Destroy them, extract them, whatever you see fit. This just might get us closer to the walker gear supplier, Cypher. Good luck, boss. The targets have been deployed to that outpost. Find and eliminate all of them.
Remote pistol development complete.
targets have been deployed to that outpost. Find and eliminate all of them.
Dispatch requested. Buddy departing area of operations.
Look at the Angola-Zaire border region. The east bank of the Muneni River in particular. It's a microcosm of a problem that stretches all across Africa. There's a civil war going on in Angola, fought between the government MPLA and the Western-backed UNITA. Zaire is still a dictatorship under President Mobutu, but numerous uprisings have broken out in its remote regions. With all the trouble elsewhere keeping their hands full, neither government has control over their side of the border. They depend on militias and PFs, as do the rebels. Government forces, guerrillas, militants, groups of all shapes and sizes hawk whatever resources they can to hire PFs. Conflict brings PFs. PFs expand the war zone, and more conflicts erupt in a continuous chain reaction. Sounds like our kind of work. Mother Base could grow by leaps and bounds.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. The map has been updated.
The targets have been deployed to that outpost. Find and eliminate all of them.
The weather will clear shortly.
The abandoned village has been supplied with walker gears. Your job is to eliminate them all. Destroy them, extract them, whatever you see fit. Good luck, boss.
Please select a drop point. Dispatch requested.
Look at the Angola-Zaire border region. The east bank of the Munene River in particular. It's a microcosm of a problem that stretches all across Africa. There's a civil war going on in Angola, fought between the government MPLA and the Western-backed UNITA. Zaire is still a dictatorship under President Mobutu, but numerous uprisings have broken out in its remote regions. With all the trouble elsewhere keeping their hands full, neither government has control over their side of the border. They depend on militias and PFs, as do the rebels.
The targets have been deployed to that outpost. Find and eliminate all of them.
Sizes hawk whatever resources they can to hire PFs. Conflict brings PFs. PFs expand the war zone, and more conflicts erupt in a continuous chain reaction. Sounds like our kind of work.
The Ditati abandoned village has been supplied with walker gears. Your job is to eliminate them all. Destroy them, extract them, whatever you see fit. Good luck, boss.
You have arrived at your destination.
The targets have been deployed to that outpost. Find and eliminate all of them.
Analysis complete. Analysis complete. The map has been updated.
You gonna extract him?
Analysis complete.
Coming too. Roger that.
Clear shortly.
Speak. Where are your friends?
The map has been updated.
You gotta extract him. Okay, subject is in.
Storie gehoord dat nog in een goede stad faciliteiten motor.
Ja. Dus zei iemand in de bom op de geplant.
Hoe kom?
Wel, stay.
Al nie. Hulle sê SLNR, eienaars van die olieveld, bestaan nie eers nie.
Wat? Die CFA's kontrakteer om ons werk. Wat? Wel betaal.
Presies. 'n Maatskappy met geen werknemers nie. Voorte wat die werk aanvang. Een ou. Gesê het 'n geraamte in 'n jas op.
Jy dit vertel.
Hier sou dalk Chom met 'n kliënt afgeluister.
Jou chommer by iemand anders. As jy kan doen. Jy dit ten minste nie.
Stay.
Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Alles is vanaf de spits omgeven. Reading eruit. Uit.
Buddy departing area of operations.
Spit it out. Where are your friends?
The map has been updated.
That's a target. Eliminate it anywhere you forward. Another one down. Now for the next. Nice work.
Please select dispatch requested. Please select a drop point. Please select a drop point. Buddy has arrived.
Whoa, whoa. Yeah.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Yeah.
Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Please select a drop point. Dispatch requested. Buddy departing area of operations. Please select a drop point. Supplies requested. buddy has arrived. The map has been updated. Supply drop complete.
Kom maar die pad uit! Hey! Daar's hy! Hey!
The map has been updated.
CFP is Delta Ian. Zag verloren vijand. Bespied laatste punt van contact. Oor. Er is CFP, begrijp. Houd die voortekst. Punt, holla. Uit.
Hey, ik ga toe!
Delta Ian. Vijand bij de zag. Zoek nou. Oor. Er is CFP, begrijp. En ik kon niet weggekomen met niet. Blijf wachtzaam. Uit.
Please select supplies requested. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. sun will rise momentarily. Supply drop complete.
Sibylus Delta 2, geen teken van die vijand. Ons staakjes zoekt nog. Oor. Er is CFD, begrijp. Wees paraat. Uit.
Clouds approaching.
Great. No targets remaining. Your objective's complete. Exfiltrate out of the hot zone by chopper or on land.
Support helicopter requested. Please select a drop point. Dispatch requested. Buddy departing area of operations. Buddy has arrived.
Shortly at LZ.
Whoa.
This is Pequod. On station at LZ. Cover fire. In hot.
Enemy grid
Rockets away.
detected. The map has been updated.
Target acquired. In hot.
The map has been updated.
This is Pequod. Aborting his pack run and heading for nearby LZ. Don't keep me waiting. Get on board as soon as I touch down. This is Pequod. On station at LZ. Gaining altitude.
That's it. You've made it out of the hot zone. No sign of the enemy. Mission complete, boss.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base. Development project has been added.
Mission complete. Boss, we were right. Once you'd eliminated those walker gears, a resupply call was made from Ditati to CFA headquarters. The CFA then contacted none other than Saner. That's right, the shell company that owned Mfinda Oilfield. So Saner was just a front for Cypher. The resupply won't be happening just yet. But we did learn that the walker gears are transported out of Nova Braga Airport. Apparently, there's a distribution network on the Savannah that links all the PF outposts. I'll have the intel team investigate this network. If Cypher is supplying PFs with walker gears, the PFs have to be offering them something in return. We follow the money trail. We might just find ourselves on Cypher's doorstep.
Mission list
Boss,
updated.
the intel team has come back with its report following its investigation into PF Logistics. Cypher has to be involved with this distribution network somehow. One thing in particular caught my eye. A convoy that regularly crosses the savannah. On paper, it's just mined resources going to the government, but the security's much too heavy. At the very least, it's worth checking out. Take a look at the mission.
Dispatched. Please specify a project. Development project. Caution, rain approaching. Please specify a project. Please specify a project. Please specify a project. Please specify a project. Development project has been added. Development project has been added. Please select a mission. Please select a landing zone. Heading to Animal Conservation Platform.